Hello everyone, and welcome to this video going over the newest news in Dead by Daylight about Chapter 18. Now here we see the devs actually listened to us and fixed a lot of major concerns we had with the twins. And I know I didn't post my video yet on my thoughts on the twins, but this addresses a lot of the things I thought were wrong with the twins, which I did voice in my article on squadstate.com if you want to check that out. I will link it in the description below, but basically I said all these major problems with the twins where survivors could hold Victor hostage, survivors could hide in a locker if it was Victor and the killer could do nothing about it. Victor didn't really prevent survivors escaping through the exit gate because they could just crawl out when they were downed. So let's take a look at all these changes. So here they just say it's been over a week since it hit the PTB and they thought of the changes. Remember, all of these changes are tentative, meaning the release date and exact details are subject to change, but they should come in. So the twins, they made the map wide sound when Victor is released clearer, and then after being attached to a survivor for 45 seconds, Charlotte can see Victor's aura and then recall him. So this is important because now no longer can survivors hold Victor hostage. Since previously, the killer had no idea where you were if Victor was attached to you. All they had was the information on what they last saw when Victor pounced on that survivor. So a survivor could technically hide in the corner and hold Victor hostage the entire game, and the killer could not find them as long as no other survivors approached you would be okay. Then another issue was a survivor could still loop Charlotte with Victor on them, so you could still loop her and kite the killer with Victor on you, and she would be powerless. And they even state this right here. Sometimes the survivor would keep Victor on their back to prevent the killer from using their power. So this is amazing, and this is actually what I said they should do, not the aura reading part, but I said that the killer should be able to recall Victor, so I'm really happy that they did that. Now, they also did some stuff with the add-ons here. The spinning top add-on will now cause survivors to drop their items when pounced by Victor. And they also increased Victor's movement speed while charging a pounce. This was another issue I noticed on the public test build, but I did not really talk about it because I thought it was a way to balance his powers so he couldn't just walk up and pounce somebody. But basically they increased the amount of time it takes to reach the movement speed of him charging his pounce, which is of course slower than when he is moving normally. So they said, due to the slow movement speed while pouncing, hitting a survivor with Victor while they are around a small enough looper object could be very difficult, since by the time he charged his pounce, the survivor would be on the other side of the small obstacle. I certainly encountered this in my killer games with the twins. So these two changes will cause you to lose less distance while charging your pounce, making it easier to use in those situations. Then for coup de grace, they have reduced the lunge increase from 60, 80, 100 to 40, 50, 60. They said that the values on the PTB were higher than anticipated, so they're reducing it to a more reasonable level. Personally, I don't think this changes the perk too much, because regardless, I'm not going to use it. Other people could use it, but let me know what you think of the coup de grace perk in the comments below. If you think this change is going to impact the perk a lot or just minorly. Either way, a 60% lunge increase is a lot, but I think it should be 80 at max rank, right? Then they have future updates. So these are updates that are going to happen to the twins. It's just they cannot implement it right away because of whatever issues they have. So the twins, Victor will be able to interact with lockers and hold a survivor into the locker for a short amount of time. Then if Charlotte interacts with the locker, she will grab the survivor. Now, if the survivor is not grabbed out of the locker in time, they can break free of the locker and kill Victor in the process. So this finally counters the part where Victor was powerless against survivors in lockers. If a survivor saw Victor coming, they just had to go in a locker, and Victor just stood there. You can't do anything. So they said during the PTB, survivors realized they can jump in a locker to avoid Victor since he is unable to search lockers. To prevent this, we'll be giving Victor a unique interaction with lockers. This will take some animation work, however, so it will not be ready for the initial release. Then another change is adding a delay to the exit gate blocker when a survivor is downed with Victor on their back. So currently the exit gate blocker disappears immediately if the survivor is downed with Victor on them, allowing the survivor to crawl out of the exit gate. This delay ensures that the killer can pick up the survivor and then hook them before they can crawl out. As for perk changes here, we see some adjustments to appraisal. The speed bonus no longer applies to unlocking chests, only rummaging, so that makes sense because we already have pharmacy for faster unlocking chests. And then each chest can only be rummaged once per survivor. This change prevents someone from rummaging the same chest multiple times, creating a large pile of items. We want to encourage people to move around the map and rummage different chests. The overall number of times you can rummage is unchanged. So this doesn't really change the perk too much. You can still get a ton of items with it. It's just preventing you from just staying at one chest the entire time. And they also say at the bottom here that the changes are tentative. The exact details and times for the changes may vary from the list above. At any rate though, this shows that the devs actually pay attention to what is happening on the public test build and what the players think, because it was very clear on the public test build that the twins was going to be a weak killer from the get-go. You know, there's so many counters that survivors could do to this killer, and the killer themselves could do nothing about it. So I'm really happy to see that they're implementing these changes for the twins and that they actually listen to us and the feedback that we have given them. At any rate, let me know what you think of these changes in the comments below, and remember to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more Dead by Daylight content. And want to give a quick shout out to my member Coley219. Thank you for supporting the channel, and if you want your name featured at the ends of my videos, then become a member today by clicking that join button that is below the video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, good luck out there in the fog, and see you next time.